Hello guys, welcome back on our today's class and also I welcome you back to this our great academy, 10 Trade Institute. On our today's class, we'll be talking about support and resistance. And what do we mean by support and resistance? Support, support and resistance are key concept level that helps traders to understand the chart, to analyze the chart, and also act on this chart pattern in the financial market. That is just the definition. The definition of support, the support describes a price level where a downtrend pauses. That is when the market is coming down, it stop going further down. It pauses due to the demand on the market. Likewise, resistance refers to the level where market when the market is going to an uptrend, it stop going further and it pauses and it starts coming down. That is reversing downward is what we describe as resistance. So before I go further on our today's class, let me give you a textbook diagram of what we mean by support and resistance. Let me do well to clear up my charts so that you can the chart is not going to be chubby so that we can do the class in a fresh page. Let me zoom up. So what do we mean by support? This is what we call support. That is a level. This particular level is the support, while this particular level upward here is the resistance where the market couldn't go further. I'm on 4 hour time frame. So from this support region, you can see the market was preceding down, market was coming down way, going down, selling. Sellers are in the market coming down, but at a point it stopped going further. Let me use an arrow for you to see. At a point it stopped going further. The market was coming down this way. You can see where my cursor is. Market was, sellers were on this market, pushing this market downward, pushing the price while the price is depreciating, coming downward. But at this point, market couldn't go further. Then it pauses here and it starts going back. This particular region is what we call support region. While when the market reverses and start going up again, it's reached a certain level where it couldn't move higher. This region is what we call the resistance region. It's as simple as that. So we use this support and resistance to analyze the market, to know when to buy and also to know when to sell. So as I said earlier on, let me use a textbook definition of this. Let me draw a diagram explaining this our support and resistance and how we are going to use it to analyze the charts and make and know when to buy and also know when to sell. Not just knowing when to buy, also know when you are going to hop out of the market if you are buying. And while if you are on sell, you are selling the market expecting the price to keep coming down. If it reaches a certain level, a support level, you should know when to hop out of the trade. You should know when it's enough to take your profit. So without further explanation, let me draw a diagram of this support and resistance. From this point, the market was moving up and it reached a certain level. Its pulses couldn't go further. This is just a textbook diagram I'm giving you. Market doesn't move in a straight direction. Market move in waves. But as since I'm giving a diagram, it's just a diagram, a textbook diagram. I'm going to use a straight line to illustrate this. So as I said, market moved from this point, it moved to point B. We are going to label it. When it reached this point B, it couldn't go further and it started reversing. Then when it reached point C, another level, it finds a level that it couldn't go lower, then it start moving up again. So this is how the market move. Market moves in a way and waves. I'm using I'm using an uptrend to illustrate this diagram. Market is moving. When I said I'm up an uptrend, market is appreciating. The price is going up. The buyers are in the market. That is what I mean by an uptrend. So as we go further on this class, you will start getting familiar to these forex terms: uptrend, downtrend, bulls, bearish, bullish, and all of that. Gradually, you get yourself familiar with these terms we are using in trading. But I would want you to, stick around till the end of this class so that you fully understand what support and resistance is. I will do everything possible to give a simple and well explained explanatory part of this support and resistance so that you won't get confused. I won't use big grammars I will just go straight ahead to explain it simple, easy peasy, so that anytime you are on charts, without waiting for any of your mentor, you can analyze the market using this particular support and resistance to place your trade at your own end, and you start making money with the charts. So, and not this particular support and resistance I'm teaching, you can, once you understand it, you are not just going to be using it to analyze the forex chart. No, understand the concept of knowing how to do analysis, knowing how to, analyze the charts, the financial chart in general. Whether you are a crypto trader, whether you are a forex trader, whether you are trading stock, you are trading indices. Once you know how, you have the knowledge of handling and analyzing this chart, this candlestick, this particular financial chart. Since from our definition of the candlestick, we say it's a price interpretation. It never said only forex price. It says generally a price interpretation, whether it's crypto charts, whether it's forex or stock. So I don't want to, deviate from our today's topic, which is support and resistance. I don't want to explain more. I'm just trying to, explain something for you to, so that you will concentrate and understand what we are about to teach today. Stick around to till the ending of this our today's class, support and resistance. So let's continue. At a point when the market reaches certain level, this at this level, which is point D, it's what we call resistance. Market couldn't go further and it starts coming down way. It come down, find a support again, and it's bouncing back, moving up. So this is how the chart moves for an uptrend. While for a downtrend, same reverse is the case. For a downtrend, market is coming down. While it's coming down, it reached a certain support level. It couldn't go further. It couldn't go downward. It bounces off and and when it's moving up, it finds a resistance again. Then the resistance serve as a barrier. You know, demand. There is a supply from that region. Then it start coming down way again. And when it reach a certain point, where there is the high demand, which is also known as support, it start going up. It's as simple as that. The market is it's nothing. It's just for you to just get the concept. And once you understand how this thing works and how this thing happen, you are good to go. You won't get stuck anytime you are doing your analysis, because if you are a trader and you don't understand this concept of support and resistance, you don't know how it works, believe me, you can't make money. You can't make money on the market, because at the end of the day, you find yourself blowing an account. You find yourself buying when you are not supposed to buy, or selling when you are not supposed to sell. So that is why we are here, 10 Trade Institute, to explain this thing for you gradually, in a very simple way for you to understand how this thing works. So you let's on our today's class, let's use just an uptrend for our today's class. It's simple, it's same way for a downtrend. This is an uptrend. So This is a point A. I don't know. I don't know if okay. Let's label it for easy understanding. Point A. Let's label this diagram as point A. Let me increase the font so that everyone can see it at your end. And if you are using either laptop or you are using a phone to watch this our today's class. So this is point A, and the market take off from this support region, which is point A, and it moves up to point B. And at this point B, it couldn't go further because there was a previous resistance at this region, point B. It couldn't move further because there was a previous resistance at this point, and the market there were there was then the market start moving down. This is our resistance, point B. Then it comes down to point C. This thing is very, very easy. Just for you to, you know, understand its concept. Once you understand this concept, once you have this knowledge, believe me, no one can take it from you. And any chart they give to you for you to analyze, you can do it yourself without waiting for anybody to help you in analyzing the chart. So that is why as a student, you need to take everything so serious. Any topic your mentor is teaching you, take it so serious. So this is point C, and the market reached another resistance level. It couldn't go further because there was a previous because markets in general, the chart in general, is just an interpretation of the previous movement it has done way back. When you check from the left side of your screen, by the time I move this chart, moving it this way, you will realize there was a previous candles that were being printed years back, months back, weeks back. So this support and resistance, anytime you find a market reaches a certain point and it couldn't go further, it's trying to tell you there was a level, previous level that couldn't allow the market to move more further. So you need to take note of this particular level, neither a support or a resistance, because the big boys in the market, the people trading like the banks, the hedge fund, they pay attention to this support and resistance. So as a retail trader, a simple trader that is just trying to make a living, trying to make a profit, you don't want to go against this particular rules, these particular levels. You also want to pay attention to this level so that you can also be at the winning side of the market. That is the essence why here. We are here to just make money. No any long English here. So the market now came down to point E, which is a support, because there was a previous support here, then it start moving up. It's simple. So this is just a textbook diagram I'm giving you. Before we go back to the main chart, then I explain more to you how this support and resistance is. Let me quickly show you how we draw this support and resistance. By the time you identify your support and resistance, there are tools. As for me, as a technical trader, I use all these tools, to analyze the chart and make money with it. Because there are many ways you can draw your support and resistance using either this triangle, or you use this horizontal rays, or you use horizontal line to draw your support and resistance. But before I go into the chart to show you how you are going to use this particular tools to draw your support and resistance, let me quickly clear out this so that we can have a textbook drawing how you are going to draw it the perfect way. Sorry, this thing is taking time. Okay, let me just take out these boxes I drew. Then connect it, because support and resistance, since I said anytime you find a market couldn't go further either up or downward, there was either a previous support or a previous resistance. So from this point, there are ways you draw your support and resistance. There are three ways I draw my support and resistance. And let me show you the three ways I use, three tools I use to draw my support and resistance. Number one tool I use this horizontal I use this particular triangle to draw my support and resistance. One, this is one of the tools I use to draw my support and resistance. Why the second tool I use to draw my support and resistance is horizontal ray. Mind you, you might be seeing me picking tools from this upside. This is trading view I'm using, and as I said earlier on our previous class, trading view is mainly meant for you to analyze the chart. It's easy, user friendly for you to analyze the chart. What we are doing on this interface, this trading view interface, you might find it a little bit difficult if you are using the MetaTrader 4 or a MetaTrader 5 that you use to in placing your trade. So that the main essence of creating this trading view is just for you to come down, you do analysis, then you go back. Once you find an entry point, either for a buy or for a sell, then you go back to your MetaTrader 4 and you place your trade. Simple, easy peasy. So as I said, these tools you are seeing I'm picking from this upside, I mark them as my favorite. That is why they are appearing at this point. It's something you can also navigate around the trading view to you can as well go to YouTube and learn. I usually say it's not everything you expect me teaching you to teach you everything, the basics. You can as well do your own research. You go to YouTube, you search how to use trading view, or you search how to place trade on MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. Get yourself familiar with these particular apps, the trading view interface, how to navigate around, how to use the tools. There are a lot of videos out there you can do research on your own. The only reason why I'm here on this our great institute, 10 Trade Institute, is for me to teach you how to analyze this financial market, because you might find a lot of video out there. No one will be talking about how you are going to use all these tools combined together to analyze the charts. You understand what I'm trying to explain? So let's continue with what I'm trying to say. This is one. Let me label it so that this is one of the tools I use to analyze and I use to draw my support and resistance. Why the number two, the second tool I use, which is horizontal ray. You can find it. These tools, all these tools you are seeing from this upside, I picked them from this place because we have a lot of tools around here, and each particular, look at the left side, left hand side of my screen where I'm picking these tools from. Each tools has each each particular icon you are seeing around here, it has a lot of tools under it. Just click on the small arrow around there and it will pop up. It will show you the a lot of tools under it. So I mark all these because these are the frequently used tools I use. Then I put them as a favorite. That is why I don't have to be, moving around, going around searching for particular tools, because these are the favorite tools I use. That is why you can find them up here. You might not see this after you sign up to your trading view. It's something that you just have to set. You know, you set it what suits you, what kind of tools that suit you to do analysis with. So our second tool, the second tool I use to analyze this market is two. Number two is this horizontal ray, and this is how. Oh, sorry, I deleted the number two. Number two. I use to analyze this chart. Then is this horizontal ray. This is how it is. Let me make it thick and let me change the color to red so that you can see it very well clearly. This is number two. This is second tools I use to draw my support and resistance. Why the last tools I use is this horizontal ray. The first one is the horizontal line, while the second one here, this particular red one is horizontal line, while the third tools I use is horizontal ray. And the difference is not, it just this particular second one, it moves from the both side, from the right hand side to the left hand side. While this particular horizontal ray, the black one, let me put it as number three. Number three. This is the third tools I use, horizontal ray. It starts from the point down to the right hand side of the screen. So it serves the same purpose. So let me use these tools to to show you how I draw it as a support and resistance. Let me first of all start with this triangle. So as I said, this is point A, was a previous support. Then it moves up, the price moves up to point B, which was the previous resistance. Then it came down to previous support again, and it moves up to previous resistance, came down to point E, previous previous resistance. Why did I say it's previous support? Previous resistance that turned to support. Let me draw it. This is my resistance. So this is the previous resistance. When the market reaches here, it stopped. It couldn't go further and it's bounced. It's there were supply from this zone, and it pushes the market down. So by the time I draw it to the right hand side to the future, anytime market come back to this region, it will react. Let me come again. Let me draw it back. This was my previous resistance. When the market was here, it was the previous resistance. It pushes the market downward. So if I should draw this, I extend it to the future. You can see when the market breaks out of this previous resistance, it came up and it calmed down. So this particular resistance you were seeing, at a point at the future, it turns to support. I don't know if you are understanding what I'm teaching here. Let me put another box here. This was our previous resistance. Then when it moves up, it's reached another previous resistance and it couldn't go further. And at a point, it came down. So this particular point, this particular ray, this particular triangle, but this particular triangle you are seeing, a rectangle, sorry, rectangle you are seeing was a previous resistance. So when the market moves up, it came down and served as a support. This thing is very very easy and simple. Don't get yourself confused. This serve as a support now, that couldn't that the market couldn't go lower and it start moving up. It's easy. So let me use the last diagram. Then this point D is the previous resistance, right? This is previous resistance. So if I should take this my rectangle, if I should extend it to the future, this is the present point where the market is. Let me put it as also a resistance. Let me put a rectangle at a resistance. So this is where the market is. So by the time market makes a reaction here, it couldn't go further, and this particular resistance pushes the market downward. By the time it reaches this place has now turned to a new support. You understand? Previously it was a resistance, and when the market reaches this particular zone, which now turn to support. I usually say support is low. while resistance is high. That is a simple definition I think I can give. Support is low while resistance is high. Support is the flow. Like if you are in a room, support is your flow, your ties, your flow. Then resistance is the ceiling. Easy. I think if I should use this particular what is it called, flow, which is the down, then the ceiling, which is the resistance, I think you will understand. So when the by the time the market is coming down, market coming down, when it reaches this particular point, which was a previous resistance that now turned to support, the market will likely to react. It's not a must, but these are tools. These are where um, most big traders concentrate they concentrate to concentrate to place their trade. Then it will now start forming. I don't want to be using big grammar so that you won't get confused because you are a newbie. This place now turned to demand area because it was previously a supply area. It now turned to demand area. So market will likely to react, and if it react and this particular point couldn't allow the market to move further down, it will bounce it up and it will start going up. So this place has now turned to our new support. It's easy. It's something you just have to take your time, come back to this video, watch the video over and over again, then you will get to understand what I'm trying to explain here. It's very simple and very easy. I don't want this video to be so lengthy, but it's better I give you a textbook explanation of this support and resistance, so you should get the concept. So before the end of this video, as I said, I don't want the video to be so long. Before the end of this video, I will switch back to the main chart so that we will put everything into practice. So let me quickly, rush down and brush it down. So I said I use three tools to draw my support and resistance. This is number one tool I use. Let me quickly delete it. Let me delete this rectangle so that we are going to use the number two tools. The second tools I use in drawing my support and resistance. So let me use the horizontal ray. So if I should pick this horizontal ray and I place it on the previous resistance, which is point B, if I should just drop it, you will see it will make a long line from moving from the both side, from the right side down to the left side of the chart. So anytime market comes to this region, it also reacts. You can see it might look like just a line, but this particular support and resistance I'm trying to explain to you, it's not just a line, it's a zone. It's an entire zone that anytime market reaches this, it will likely react. Either it breaks it down or it breaks it up or it hold. It couldn't allow it to move. Like I said, from the example I give of the if you are in your room, we use the support as your flow while the resistance as a ceiling. If you should jump up and you are able to reach this, your height is able to reach the ceiling will bounce you back. So the ceiling has now served as a barrier for you not to, go higher from this particular point of your ceiling. Same way, if you should jump up and you come down, you won't go further downward because of the flow in your room. So it's easy because the flow is very strong. It's a concrete flow. If let's assume you make a hole and you put just an ordinary ceiling or an ordinary paper and you jump on it, there is high probability that your weight is going to break it below and you will go further, and break that barrier of the support you put. So this is how the market moves. So let me use the third tools I use to draw my support and resistance, which is the horizontal ray. Let me pick it from this place. So this is our previous point D is our previous resistance. By the time I drop it, it will move to the future because I'm expecting the price to continue moving to the future. The price has already printed the past. It won't print any candle backward. Rather, it will be moving or printing new candles upward. So anytime market comes to this region, this is now our newly support region. Anytime market comes to this region, this particular region, it will react. It's not that it must react on top of this single line I'm drawing, because it's a zone. It will likely to react. It's going to react this way, or it will go out of the line to react. Then it start reacting, then it move up. So it's easy. So let me quickly go to the main chart so that we can have a live practical. Let me delete this so that you won't get confused. So support and resistance, it's easy, and if you should know this concept and you know how to make use of it perfectly, believe me, you won't get stuck and you won't blow your account. You will always be a profitable trader. So this I'm on daily time frame. So there are ways you draw this support and resistance. As a trader, me, I'm a day trader. And how did I draw my support and resistance? I come to my daily time frame, then squeeze my chart. That is, I zoom in or I zoom out. How am I going to put it? You squeeze your chart by either zooming in or you zoom it out to squeeze the chart, so that you will able to see the previously printed candles from your left hand side. So you will now use any of these tools I use. This either the rectangle, the horizontal line, or the horizontal ray to draw your support and resistance. And how do you draw this support and resistance? First of all, what you do, you previously mark where the market reaches and it couldn't go further. You put a line, you come this way, you pick another rectangle. We are using rectangle now. We are using rectangle. This part, let me start from this zone. I pick this line and I move it further. Then I come again, I pick it, the high. Anywhere you see market reverse it from, I put it there. Then I pick again. All this high, all this previously high you are seeing. Let me try and delete. Let me try and delete this so that it won't make the charts so clumsy and chubby for you to understand. So it's easy just for you to get the concept, just for you to get how this particular support and resistance work. So I've used this. Let me delete this. Let me use horizontal line to draw the remaining one so that we can understand what I'm trying to teach here. So let me use this horizontal line to draw this. We have our support one, support two, support three. Okay, here is a resistance. Then we also have, let me use horizontal line to draw this. Since we are starting from this side, let me place it here. You see? Then anywhere you see high support or resistance, I'm on daily time frame. So I'm going to mark the major ones, the major where the market, this particular one, that is why I place it here. Or let me delete this so that I will use horizontal ray, this zone. Let me use horizontal ray here. So then you will now, as a trader, if you want to do your analysis, by the time you use higher time frame, then you switch back to 4 hours. I'm teaching you my own style, my own way of the way I analyze the chart. It's not must, it's just for you to get the concept. If you are a swing trader and it suits your personality, you will go, you will start from the monthly time frame down to the weekly, to daily, to 4 hours, and to 1 hour to place your trade. But I'm as a day trader, I start from the daily down to 4 hours. So let me squeeze this market so that you will be able to see where the market previously reacts with these zones I draw. If I should extend this particular one where my cursor is, if I should extend it backward to the previously printed candle, you will see it reacted. You see? Let me squeeze the chart. one more time. Okay, this is the highest length it can go. By the time I start pushing it backward, moving it backward, you will see it previously reacting. So let me add more levels. I'm now on 4 hour time frame. There are levels here. This particular level here is also a previously resistance. Let me use horizontal ray to draw it. I don't know if you are understanding what I'm trying to teach here. Or better, the best way, let me use one of these tools so that it won't you won't get confused. Let me delete the horizontal ray and the horizontal line so that we'll use rectangle to draw our support and resistance. So I will draw this from this angle to this angle. So anytime you draw it from higher time frame and when you switch back to lower time frame, you see it didn't match, it didn't have touches. You can decide to shift it. Let me shift this. Let me put it this way. Then I will switch back to 1 hour time frame. This is how you draw your support and resistance. So anytime you are coming down with, you will see market is previously reacting to this our support and resistance we drew from the higher time frame. You see, market, I draw it from higher time frame. Let me go back so that you understand what I'm trying to explain here. Let me go back to the daily time frame where I drew my support and resistance so that you won't get confused. You see, this is we are on daily time frame. Let me zoom the chart. On daily time frame, I use daily time frame to draw my support and resistance. And how do I draw it? I use just these tools to draw a previously support and resistance. I placed this resistance on the previous support, the previously support it printed. Okay, we said we are starting from this point. Let me start from the low. This is the first point I place my support, my rectangle, and I draw it to the future. Then I come down to this point, I put another one. Let me delete it. Then I will draw it again so that you won't. This is previously low. I draw it and I extend it to the future. Then I place another one here. This particular one I place here. This particular one, I place it at this region. Okay, let me place it here. Then I also extend it to the future. Then there is another high here. I place it. There is another low. If you should see, there is another low here. This particular low here. Let me draw another one and extend it to the future. So anytime market comes to this support, there is another high around this region. Let me place a rectangle and I draw it to the future. You can see where this is now. I'm drawing all this from the daily time frame. So by the time I switch back to 4 hour time frame, you can see the chart has changes and it's reacting. You understand what I'm explaining here? It's reacting. This particular, let me explain from this point. Let me explain from this point, this particular point here. Here. Are you seeing my chart? Let me explain from this point. When the markets came to this region, let's assume this was our last. Let me shift the market this way, and this particular point here, this particular point where my cursor is. This was our last previously chart. Then, but when it was this particular line is the previous support. So when the market came down, it started reacting and it started moving up. It start moving up. So what will I do? Where will this market stop? Where will it react when it's moving up? Let me use this. Market was at this point and it starts moving up, creating higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, moving up. As I said, market doesn't move in a specific direction, it moves in waves. So I already knew that this particular resistance that I drew here, by the time market reach, it will likely to react. We are on 4 hour time frame. It will likely to react. So the market continue, sorry, the market continue moving this way, market continue moving this way, market continue moving this way, continue moving this way. Can you see when it comes back, when the market come to this region, this particular region, because it was a previously drawn resistance. When the market reaches to this region, it start reacting and it couldn't go further. It bounces it back. This thing is very, very easy. It's something that you just have to, practice. You need more practice, practice, then you get perfect. They say practice make perfect. So the market, when the market reaches this zone, then what? How am I going to know where is my previously this when the market start coming down this point, where will I know where the market will react from? Let me delete this. I already knew there was a support at this region where the market creates a mini support, and he created a mini resistance at this zone. So if I should pick my rectangle and I put it here and I draw it to the future, and I draw also this to the future, because the market, we are assuming market has not reached this future. So the market now start moving. This particular mini resistance I drew, I know market, anytime market come to this region, it will likely to react. So let me not talk too much, because they say too much of everything. But as you can see, this is by the time I extend it to the future, market also come close to this region, because I told you earlier on that it's not just a line, it's a zone. It came to this zone and it's also react. So let me go back to the last this thing so that we'll round up this class. Let me delete this. Let's start from the recent chart. Let's do it on the recent chart so that you will say anytime market come to this region, you will say, while we were having our previous class at 10 Trade Institute, 10 Trade Institute did explain to us, the CEO did explain to us that if market reaches this zone, it will likely to react. So let's use this particular, let me draw, let's use this particular from this point, judging from this point, judging from this point, sorry, let's use this to analyze the market. This box, this particular box I am here now. So this, where is our previously support? We are going to draw it. This is our previously support, and I extend it to the future. I extend it to the future. So this is now our last support it created. Let me make it red. Let me make it red. So this is now our previously resistance that it created. This is our previous resistance. Are you seeing what I'm trying to explain here? This is our previous resistance. So let me draw a rectangle and extend it to the future. Anytime charts reach this particular point, it will likely to react. Let me draw it to the future. Let me draw this to the future. It's not just a line, it's a zone. Let me draw it to the future. You can screen on this, and by the time market open on Monday, either Monday or Tuesday, market will come to this zone and it will likely to react. So let me delete this box so that you won't get confused. Let me delete this also. We are analyzing the market now together. We are doing it together. So by next week, watch out on this zone. By next week, I will also do a screen munch of this particular chart, because this our today's class is a weekend. Market is not moving, candlesticks are not moving. But this particular point I drew, this resistance I drew here that is about to turn to support. When the market reaches this zone, okay, let me draw another, our last resistance. This is the recently created resistance. Market couldn't go further at this point, and it's moving. It's coming down. So this is the previously resistance, and this is now has now turned to new support. So Mark my word, on Monday, if market come to this zone, there is going to be, it will come this way and there is going to be reaction. I'm not saying it's more, but technically, this is how it's going to react. If two things is likely going to happen on that Monday, it will react, it reacts on this zone or it breaks down and come to this zone and make another reaction. So there is a there is this is the major resistance I'm drawing from the 4 hour time frame. By the time I switch back to 1 hour time frame, we can also find another small resistance that market might likely to react to. But mark my word, on 4 hour time frame, these are the major major resistance. And markets, like most at times, strongly react to this resistance drawn, either support or resistance drawn on the higher time frame. We use 4 hour time frame to identify this our previously support and resistance. Anytime market come to this support and resistance, because we are drawing from higher time frame, this is support one, this is resistance, this is support, this is the recently resistance it created. So it's coming down to react on this resistance. If it reacts and this particular resistance hold it, market will move this way. You understand? And if it fails to react, if it fails to hold, it will come down this way and it will react on this zone. Market will not be able to, then it will now continue moving up. So I'm going to stop the class, our today's class here. But as I said, mark, you can screen munch this particular diagram I drew, our previously support and resistance. And like I said, the market presently, the chart is presently at this point. This is the newly support we drew. So anytime market comes out to this region, it will likely to react. That is most. Technically, I'm not saying it's most, but I'm trying to tell you technically this is how it works. Market moves and respect zones. It moves from zone one, from zone to zone. So I'm going to stop the class for today here. Do well to, if you are not yet our member, a subscribed member, do well to subscribe to this channel and also turn on your bell notification so that anytime we drop nice content like this, you'll be the first to see our posts. Thank you very much for sticking around till ending of this class, for watching till ending of the class. Do have a nice day. Goodbye.